What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to a new video. As you can see, I just did a bunch of grocery shopping, and honestly this video is very impromptu because I don't know, I was just feeling really inspired this morning and having a conversation with a good friend of mine. She mentioned that she used ChatGPT to kind of create a meal plan for her for the week and also a workout regimen, and I was like, damn, why didn't I think of that? That's such a brilliant idea. And so, needless to say, I was feeling really inspired. So I did my own little ChatGPT meal prep and did a little bit of grocery shopping. And so I got a lot of really good things. I went to Wegmans, which if you guys are not in the, I don't know if Wegmans is all around the country or if it's just in the northeastern, New England area, which I guess isn't New England. I'm just outside of Baltimore, so. But anyways, in the northeastern corridor-ish area, and Wegmans is honestly one of my favorite stores. It's just, I would say, it's like Whole Foods, but on another level. It's far more aesthetically beautiful. I feel good when I walk in there. It's just, between all of the colors and the produce, the fresh cheeses, the olive bar, and which I don't like olives, but it's beautiful, right? The way that they have those stores set up. There's also tons of options, if you're gluten-free or have different kinds of intolerances. They sell everything. I love this store. It's also very expensive. I just feel so satisfied. Not my bank account, though. However, my bill for just this one bag was $90.61. So they're definitely not the cheapest store, but I can typically get all of the things that I like to eat, some of the healthier items, better quality items. I try and go there mainly for my produce and vegetables, fish, and things like that, because the other local grocery store closest to my house, they're okay, but I feel like Wegmans' quality is a lot better. And then I also made a stop at one of my favorite stores ever. If anyone knows me, y'all know, my family, my friends, I am literally obsessed with Target. Target is one of my favorite stores. And so I just stopped in there to get a couple of household goods. I needed some freezer bags, and then some other little things, not in the produce and vegetable aisles, but in the regular aisles that I typically get from Target, and they sometimes have really good sales. And because I have a Target Red card, you get the 5% off, Target Circle, all of these things. So that bill was $68, not bad. Anyways, very expensive. I feel like I probably have a week's worth, maybe a week and a half's worth of food, probably a little bit more, maybe close to 2 weeks. But because I'm feeling motivated, I want to kind of go through the meal prep plan that ChatGPT had created for me and then prep for the week. I am very lucky that I am a hybrid worker, so I'm only in the office 2 days a week and I'm home 3 days. But as you know, even from home, I feel like I tend to be a little bit more disciplined when I'm in the office because, obviously you're working and you don't have as easily access to kind of the snacks and stuff that you would keep in your pantry. So that is my problem, I think, for the days that I work at home, is that I can easily get in my pantry, go in my freezer, grab a pint of ice cream, and just munch on things all day long, which is not good. And honestly, the discussion my good friend and I were having was just feeling like shit all the time. I mean, I used to, prior to getting married, I was really into my fitness. I was in the gym 5-6 days a week, at least at a minimum, an hour and a half to 3 hours a day. I was daily juicing fresh juices, doing celery juice, carrot juice, going to the farmer's market, getting local produce, fresh foods, fresh vegetables and fruits. And so I felt like that regimented schedule really worked for me for a very long time. These abs, they ain't loyal, y'all. And I tend to find myself bloating a lot. I don't feel of course, everyone has insecurities. I'm no different. I definitely have my set of insecurities. And I'm also a little bit older, so I'm not expecting my body to look like it was in the 20s when I'm now pushing late 30s. And that's fine. But I think my biggest concern is just not feeling good in the inside. Constantly feeling tired or just bloated, just built up in a congested system that really is putting a drag on my spirit and the way that I feel typically of day to day. And so I know how to do this. I know how to lose weight. I know how to get tight. I mean, I worked really hard and I trained myself and I was very disciplined, and I surrounded myself with a community that kind of motivated and inspired me to get in as good a shape as you guys see here, because once you get married, no offense, I love my husband and he is really good about his fitness and his eating. Me, I kind of got comfortable. And when I say comfortable, I mean lazy. And then the pandemic exacerbated that laziness and I just never recovered. And so what I want to try not to do is say that this shopping haul is gonna be, kind of like a quick cold turkey, hard left turn for changing my lifestyle, because I feel like that mentality sometimes is not always sustainable. I just want to make little gradual changes, make better choices here and there where I can, and just constantly work on improving instead of putting that pressure on myself to just 5 prep meals a week or 5 days of prep meals a week, and then I go away on a holiday and then I totally fall off a cliff, because that's exactly what happens, or I'm just tired and I don't feel like doing this. So I'm gonna just use the motivation that I have today. Thank you to my girlfriend who got me motivated this morning, and go through my meal prep plan and just try and prep a meal for this week and see how it goes. I do need to incorporate some exercising as well. That'll be my next plot, Act 2 for ChatGPT. But right now, I think my biggest problem, because I am a little bit more active. I do have 2 dogs, so I walk with them every single day, multiple times a day. And then it's been really hot lately, so I haven't done it as much, but there is a trail that I can take them like 3 miles, and it's really nice. It's not only good physically for my health, but mentally and spiritually, just to get outdoors. My dogs love it. And so now that we're getting to the latter end of the summer, I definitely want to incorporate more of that into my routine. But my biggest problem is this: eating food, because I love food, I love to eat. As I say this, I'll be honest, full disclosure, I bought a pint of Cold Stone ice cream yesterday, y'all. The struggle is real. And so I think my biggest problem is finding foods that I desire and crave more than just the unhealthy things, right? Like, I've had good healthy meals that I'm like, oh, so fucking awesome. Like, I could eat this every single day. And I feel like that's what I'm lacking in my life. It's just like good quality, tasty meals, and quick, because like I said, I've been lazy as hell. I'm not trying to cook a whole fucking Thanksgiving meal every other day. I don't cook, if you also know me. That's not my thing. Although I love a beautiful aesthetic kitchen, cooking is not for me. It's just never been for me. I don't like it. So I tried to ask ChatGPT to give me a meal plan that would be quick, concise, cut to the chase. I don't want to be messing with a bunch of pots and pans. I don't mind baking because that's easy. I do have a crock pot that I just haven't taken out in probably 2 years because I don't want to, and that's it. So I'm gonna go through, let me show you guys what I bought and kind of go through the list on what ChatGPT gave me as a recommendation for the prep meal this week. All right, so typically this is not my style of video. I mean, my channel is generally a travel channel, and I think a big part of traveling too is just eating a lot of delicious foods and kind of embracing and diving into the culture via the palette on your plate, right? But I'm trying to kind of get outside of my bubble a little bit because I'm not traveling all the time. Like, I am a basic Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, working a corporate job. And so this is my life. As much as I enjoy traveling, you know, this is my life. My dogs, my husband, and you know, it is what it is. I'm no different from anybody else. So I'm trying to expand my channel a little bit, if you will, and kind of show a little bit of what some of the other things that I have going on. So I hope you guys don't mind, and I hope you guys kind of stick around for that as well. And if you're new to this channel, damn, I forgot to introduce myself. Welcome. Hello, my name is Sade. I typically like I said, do travel videos, and I'm trying to expand a little bit on my life, but travel is probably one of my biggest and greatest passions. It's one of the things that I cannot live with, and the second thing I can live without is food. And so let me show you guys what I purchased. Now, I would say I consider myself a pescatarian, meaning I eat fish, I still eat some animal byproducts, and obviously vegetables and things that come, seafood. However, I try to avoid, and I haven't for the most part, since 2014. Damn, has it been that long? I can't believe that. It goes by really fast. And I'll say this, it was never really my thing before to eat tough meat. I'm Cuban and Black, so obviously meat is a big part of my Cuban culture and my Black side, okay? We eat a lot of meat, but I never really enjoyed it as much. And so back in 2014, when I decided I would, as my New Year's resolution, stop eating chicken, turkey, red meats, it was mostly a part of like this fitness journey that I wanted to be on. I think it was a good way to kind of course correct my behaviors. If I said I wasn't eating meat, it would be more difficult to go into like a Burger King or, I don't know, a Taco Bell drive-thru at 2 a.m. because there are no options there for me. So it really, really helped me kind of fine-tune my habits and make sure that I'm course correcting and towards the goals that I wanted to achieve and attain at that time, which I really did. Like, I was on a really good roll for a very long time, but discipline is everything. And once you kind of fall off of that, you know, you can always get back on, obviously, but you always fall a little bit harder than if you just try and stay on that path, it seems. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Like, I think at that point I weighed like 150 pounds. I am now thick honey, 168 pounds, which I don't feel that. I mean, I've always been very muscular and very curvy, and I don't mind it. It's not the weight that bothers me. It's, again, how I feel in the inside. And obviously, you know, you want to feel your best, you want to look your best. And it's easy to say that this is a vanity project, but really it's more affecting my mental health, I think. You know, I would venture to say that a lot of women probably maybe feel a little bit, you know, their depression can be a byproduct of just not feeling good on the inside. And so I would say that is how I've been feeling, at least for the last 3-4 years since the pandemic, maybe even before that. I've kind of fallen off. So I kind of want to get back on track, and I think starting with food is a great way to do that. So with that, I don't know if you guys have tried this. I bought this Impossible Italian sausage. Y'all, it is so good. Like, it's made out of plants, right? It's one serving size is 230 calories. It's one sausage link. And it's only 8 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat, very low, below 1%, 1 gram of sugar, 14 grams of protein, y'all, 14 grams. And it's made out of, it's plant-based, which is great. And I like it because it's so nicely seasoned. I think the trouble with transitioning from, you know, eating everything to this vegetarian, pescatarian lifestyle is finding quality foods that don't taste like cardboard. And I feel like over the years, at least since I stopped eating meat back in 2014, the market has really improved. And I think because there's a demand there. Like, the consumers really want better quality food in general, not just, you know, plant-based, but you can see like less antibiotics in your chicken and in your meats. I think the market is responding to consumer demands that we want quality food, because food is health as well. And so this is the real medicine right here. And it could be also a detriment to your health, obviously. So if you haven't tried these yet, I highly recommend them. They're very savory and just nice and flavored, which I can't have food without some flavor. So I'm really happy with these. So it's a good breakfast meal for sure. Okay, and then what else do we got? I bought some salmon cutlets from Wegmans. I love this because this is really easy. I can just throw it in the oven, maybe add like some, you know, honey glaze, or season it however you like, however you prefer. But then it's already chopped up. I can add it in a salad, or I can throw it in a rice bowl, which I plan to do both of those meals this week. I also bought this Impossible ground beef. Like I said, I can't speak highly enough about Impossible, this brand in particular. This is, you know, it looks like regular ground beef meat. Obviously, a lot of the trickery is marketing, right? Like, it's plant-based, but it looks like typical ground beef that you would buy from the store, but it's made out of plants. That's the only difference. It has 21 grams of protein, no cholesterol, 75% saturated fat, and it cooks just like you would any ground beef. So I plan to thaw this out and then maybe have it with a rice bowl or some vegetables and a stir fry. There's so many ways that you can cook it, just like you would any other ground beef. I got some mixed berries, which I probably eat berries every single day. First of all, we all know they're really good for antioxidants, but they're just so yummy, and you can have them for breakfast, or if you just have a sweet tooth and need a snack. So what I typically do with these is I eat them with plain yogurt and this really good granola brand. Y'all, this granola brand is fire, and it's on sale currently at Target. So I bought 2 because, you know, Target ain't cheap, so whatever, but it's good quality and it's so good. So I typically mix my yogurt, the granola, berries, and some honey. What? Don't get me started. That is one of my main go-to breakfast meals, or if I just need something sweet, it's a really good snack option for sure. Following the theme to my laziness in the kitchen, anytime my family comes to visit, they always make fun of me because I find all of these gadgets on Amazon just to try and expedite the amount of time that I'm spending in the kitchen. So I don't know where this like came across my feed. These analytics know me really well because this is kind of like an egg boiler. So it's this machine that you kind of put your eggs in, and you put in the specific amount of water based on the lines, if you're doing an omelet, a poached egg, or hard-boiled eggs, which is typically what I use this for and what I'm gonna use it for now. And then it hard-boil cooks the eggs in like 6 minutes. And it didn't require me taking out a single pot, boiling any water, and then having to discard a bunch of water that I'm not even using, right? Because you fill up your pot with all of this water and then you end up throwing it away. This is the amount of water that I'm using to boil 6 eggs. So I absolutely love this thing. I don't have to pay attention to it because when it goes off, or when the eggs are ready, there's like this little annoying ass sound music that comes on, but that way I know that I'm ready. And then I can just have my 2 eggs for breakfast. I can chop it up and throw it in a salad, and then I can keep the remainder of the eggs kind of locked in a food storage container so that I can have it progressively throughout the week. So if you guys don't have one of these, you should probably get one. It saves you a lot of time and a lot of stress for those of my fellow people who do not like cooking in the kitchen. A comment that my family always makes is my rice cooker, which I love. Now, let me preface this by saying I have a lot of respect for people who cook rice in a pot and stand there and stir, and I'm sure it's good, but honestly, this rice cooker cooks rice in like 15 minutes. I don't have to watch it. I just push down a button, it turns on, cooks on its own, and then once the rice is cooked, it lifts up to keep the rice from overcooking and just puts it on a warm setting, and then I don't have to worry about it. Easy peasy. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off this brown rice that I've got, and I found a little bit left over in my pantry. So I'm gonna incorporate that as well. And then that way I can use this throughout the week. Rice lasts a long time if you keep it refrigerated. So I can throw some of it in my bowls, my salad bowls, or I can also have it for dinner. Just mix it up a little bit. One thing I purchased differently at the store that I typically don't do, I was watching this other girl on YouTube, and she was going through like what she eats in a week. I know it's weird that we watch videos like that, but I'm always curious because why not learn from other people on better habits or ways of doing things more efficiently and, you know, in a more healthier way. So, and she had a great personality, and I think that video was like an hour, which if I don't shut up this video might actually end up being an hour, but she recommended to add get a little bit of more protein into her meals. She typically uses like a bone broth instead of water, because you know you have to put equal parts rice and water to cook it. But instead of using water, she uses like a bone broth, which has protein in it, just to kind of boost her protein gram amount in the day. I opted for just regular vegetable broth, which I think is a really good idea. I hope it comes out good. I've never tried it, but we'll see. Unfortunately, there's no protein with this. I did consider getting like a bone broth. Again, I'm not one of those pescatarians that like, if I want to fly for 15 hours and there's only chicken or beef, I'm not gonna starve. Give me the chicken. So even though I try and make better choices, according to the decision that I've made to, not eat meat and substitute with either fish or some type of a vegetable, I'm not like a crazy person that I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die, let me just say that. If there's only a chicken to eat and it's the last meal of my life, bring it on. But in this case, I have the option of making a better choice, so I choose to do that instead. So I'm gonna try this. Instead of using water in my rice, I'm gonna probably make 3 cups of rice, and then I'll put in this vegetable broth. And then I also have, which I absolutely love, to supplement not having, I guess, protein in the broth, black beans. And obviously this is 7 grams of protein per serving, which isn't bad. And then I've also got some corn just to add a little bit. Maybe if I want to make it like a Southwest green and grains bowl is kind of what I'm thinking. And obviously what was recommended to me by ChatGPT. So I got these things. Now let's go ahead and wash this rice. If you don't wash your rice, what are you doing? What are we doing? Clean your rice. Y'all, I'm no expert in the kitchen, but one thing I was taught is how to make rice, and I know that's sad, but I was taught you always wash your rice. So let's hope we're all washing our rice, right? Okay, let's do this. My rice cooker doing its thing. I obviously found a lot of these recipes throughout the years and just kind of threw them into ChatGPT to create a meal plan for me. But if you guys have any other recommendations or options, quick recipes, like things that I can make in an hour, 2 hours max on a Sunday to help prep me for the rest of the week, drop them in the comments below, because I'd be really curious. You know, it's always nice to have some variety, even though I'm very boring. I tend to eat the same things every day, every week. But I would be open to trying new things, because I think, again, a lot of the problem is mundaneness of eating the same things, and then I start to get bored, and that's where, you know, I'm at risk to deviating to getting pizza or something that's just totally not healthy. So I would really appreciate if you guys left comments down below, other ideas that you might have or may have used and recommend for me and for the YouTube family. My eggs have kind of cooled down, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in a container, and I'll keep this in the fridge, and I have hard-boiled eggs ready to go for breakfast or for lunch, already in my fridge. Oh my gosh. I love a clean kitchen, which is probably why I don't cook. Because I hate having to clean up the kitchen. I like a clean kitchen. Anyway, now that that's done, there's one last thing that I need to prep, which I already had some of these things in the pantry, so I didn't have to buy any. But I want to show you guys really quickly. So all you need, this is going to be an option for breakfast. These are overnight oats. So you're going to need, obviously, overnight oats. We buy this Kodiak protein oats. It has 109 calories per half cup, which is a serving size. And then, let's see, how much protein does it say? Only 4 grams of fat, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 50 milligrams of sodium, which is pretty good, pretty low. More importantly, 5 grams of fiber, especially for me, because I have all of these digestion, gut issues. And then, okay, here it is, 10 grams of protein per half cup, you guys, which is insane. They're reasonably priced, and I like to get the bigger jar because I feel like it lasts me a little bit longer, and I kind of just eye it when I'm doing my serving sizes, or you can use a measuring cup, whichever. But you will need a glass mason jar in order to do this. And I like to add a little bit of fruit. I've got some almond milk, which we're gonna use. And I think I'm gonna add, I typically add honey to this as well and some cinnamon. I may add the cinnamon now and then add the honey later because I like a fresh drizzle of honey on top. But, so what I kind of do is I it, pour in some oats, and add a little bit more here. And then I put in some of my almond milk. Again, I'm just kind of eyeing it. You're gonna put maybe just a smidge more than the amount of oats you have, again, because it'll absorb the milk. And then it just depends on the type of consistency that you prefer. Then I'm gonna add some of my fruit, berries, add a strawberry in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of honey, or excuse me, a little bit of cinnamon. Close it up. And then I just shake it, kind of mix it really well. And then it just kind of mixes in, and then we'll put it in the fridge. And then in the morning, I'll take it out and it'll be nice and I guess fluffy a little bit, and it'll be ready to go. And the last little garnish that I'll give it when I'm ready to eat is a little bit of drizzle of honey. And you can literally do this for the entire week. I only have like 1 or 2 of these jars, so I'll probably make another so that I have some for, you know, the coming days. But it really, really, really easy breakfast meal to make, or just like an afternoon snack or a midday snack to help kind of get you through without totally scarfing down your food or feel like you're starving yourself throughout the day. Rice looks like it's coming along pretty well as well. And more importantly, my kitchen is clean. So I will check back in with you guys in about a couple of hours, and then I'll go ahead and start, you know, partitioning the foods for breakfast, lunch, and maybe dinner. Maybe I'll just keep it in a Tupperware, you know, and just pick it out when I get home. But so far I feel really good. This is a great way to start the week. I hope that these meals kind of help you get some ideas of quick things that you can do and encourage you to, as I'm trying to also, I'm speaking this to myself, guys, trying to encourage myself to get back on track with my health. I'm not mentally there yet with my fitness, but I feel like this will help give me momentum to get the ball rolling. If I start to feel better in the inside, and you know, food is energy, I'm hoping that it will then entice me or motivate me to get back to doing a lot more physical activity, whether it be jogging around the neighborhood, walking with my dogs, or going to the gym. Man, I got a gym membership. I've been paying for that thing since January. I was going pretty consistently during the winter, and then summer came and I fell off. Make it make sense. But here we are. Here we are. It's not too late. Trying to get back my life. Jesus, take the wheel. And I'm hoping that this will help encourage me or push me in the right direction. So I will check back in with you guys in a few hours so that we can see more of a presentation of what these meals would look like, and potentially give you guys some ideas of things that you can incorporate into your weekly meal prep.
1 hour later.
So rice is done. I did stir it up a little bit and just try and shake off a little bit of the rice that might be stuck on the bottom. And y'all, this came out so good. I don't know why I haven't thought about substituting water with a broth just to add some more flavor to it, but not even gonna lie, I already had a couple bites. Oh, hot, hot. That is delicious. It's so good. I bet you it would probably even taste a little bit better with like a chicken broth or a beef broth or other type of a bone broth, but definitely gonna be my new go-to for sure. It's delicious. Since I had good timing making the other items, I decided I'd throw some of my salmon cutlets on there. Put it on air fryer setting because I tend to like them a little bit more crispy, but they look good. I'll probably have this for dinner, I think, with, let me either a salad or maybe no, I don't want to cook anymore. Maybe a salad or maybe some rice, I'm not sure. But anyways, I have so many options. I'm so happy that I'm done. I would say all in all, everything to prep. Obviously it took me a little bit longer because I'm filming things. Probably took me like around 2 hours, which is not bad for a Sunday, getting ready for the week ahead. That's time that I don't have to spend trying to figure out what I'm gonna be eating for every meal during the week. It can just become second nature. All right, I just served a little bit of dinner. This is I know it doesn't look like much because I've mixed it up, but this is a green and grains bowl, and I added some of the salmon cutlets, some diced onions and peppers, add a little bit of salad dressing. I'm just gonna mix it up. It looks really good. And then I added some kombucha. If you don't know what kombucha is, it's a fermented tea, also good for the gut. I recognize that a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of an acquired taste, but like they have different flavors. This is a ginger berry, I believe, that are a little bit smoother going down. The mango flavor is really good and one of my favorites. Raspberry is also really good. But this meal, y'all, look at this meal. I'm so pumped about this. This will likely be my lunch for tomorrow as well, which I'll put in containers, but I couldn't be happier with the prep for today. Now I'm gonna enjoy. So good. So good. It's Friday. Making myself a nice plate of vegan sausage, 2 fried eggs, and warming up some potatoes. So happy that we're, turn that down a bit, nearing the end of the week. Honestly, I feel so much better having sustained and been disciplined with just incorporating the healthier foods that I purchased earlier in the week. I feel like I have more energy, I'm less sluggish. Full disclosure, we did have a few events at work and I did indulge in some cake celebrations, if you will. But even despite that, my stomach just feels like 1000% better. So this is a really good start. And I literally just want to focus one day at a time and making better choices each meal that I go. Thinking of each hour, each day, and not putting pressure on myself, thinking of what results could appear months from now. I just want to focus on right now and each meal making a good decision, slightly, not completely changing everything about my eating habits at the moment, because again, I don't find that to be super sustainable. Anyways, I want to end this video because I feel like it's going to go a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you found a little bit of inspiration at the very minimal of maybe changing habits, eating habits in your own life, and also maybe getting some ideas for food that you can cook. I know I'm not the best cooker, admittedly. My husband likes to say that I don't cook, that I just prepare things, which I gladly wear that title because this is not my forte. However, I would love for you guys, if you are good cooks, to drop in the comments below suggestions that you could recommend for me and for the entire audience of ways that we can incorporate healthier snacks but that aren't a burden to cook on a daily basis. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be kind, leave a thumbs up. Again, I post mostly travel things on my channel, and I try to show a little bit more of my life here and there. So if you feel somewhat invested in my journey, you're also welcome to subscribe. Wishing you guys lots of peace and love always, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.